Dun, dun, dun. Stick around, it's done. Welcome back. Orion is done. When I started the Metallica Re-Remastered series, I went into it with two songs unstarted, the title track of Ride the Lightning and Orion. Now that isn't to say I wasn't working on the other songs the whole time, because I was. I was splitting this, automating that, moving the pieces to line them up, make everything as audible as possible without being too loud. And once the song got released, that song was finished. But with Orion behind me, good things are coming. On last week's episode, I said I was 95% done with this song. And up until yesterday afternoon, I was 99.75% done with it. I finally chased down the last square inch of this bass track that wasn't automated, and I automated it. This might be the most detailed automation lane I've ever done, and I'm going to get into why right now. With Cliff's bass tracks, I'm always saying the same thing. He used new strings and he wasn't compressed. Nowhere is that more evident than Orion. I'm going to turn the automation lane off and show you what I mean. Alright, and now it's back on. Couple things going on here. So with new strings, the open strings are always loud and the fretboard's not as loud. You get more volume on the fretboard as the strings get dirtier and they can attract more whatever to have sound. Also, because those triplets that you hear are on the actual remaster, and because the bass track is about 5 seconds faster than the remaster and everything had to be split and expanded, no matter how much you split and line things up, they're still faster. So there's this little bit of an echo. So I brought down his triplets to -5, and I kept the A, B, C, and the C, B, A up at -2. So I keep the isolated track muted until the drums kick in the middle section, and that's because if you don't, there's like this chorusy, two basses are playing at the same time. It doesn't sound good. I also bring it in at -3 for that same reason, so that you can't hear that chorusy two bass effect. And it gradually increases to -2 as the drums get louder and there are more and more guitars being layered into this thing. So it does gradually increase from -3 to -2. Here's the track right now, isolated. All right, right here. Now together it sounds like this. Seamless. If you don't want this song ruined for the rest of your life, skip this segment. Nah, just kidding, that ain't that bad. But there are two noises on Orion, similar to the one found on the Master Puppets title track, that once you hear them, you can't unhear them. It's like a little crackle. Here's the remaster by itself. And the other one is right over here, after the bass slide going into the final solo. It's more like a pop or a snap. Here's the remaster. And again, if you're listening to this song and you're feeling the vibe, you're not going to notice these. But if you want to listen for them, you'll know where they are every time. But you're not going to notice them if you're just listening to the song and in the groove and in the moment. So for the record, this is a loud bass, loud Cliff version of Orion with no missing guitar tracks and no missing bass tracks. Everything's here, complete, and it sounds killer. I actually called this section right here the gift from Cliff because everything in this song had to be split so much to line up with the remaster, and this whole acre of land right here just didn't. Same problem, different day. Cliff's triplets again. By the way, the triplets were so loud that they actually made it onto the album. It's a joke. Alright, so unautomated they sound like this. And you hear that echo. That's because with the triplets on the album and the bass track being faster, there's this echo. So I automated them down this time to -6, and I only automated the A, B, C, and the C, B, A up to -3, and there's a reason. This is automated. Right? And then as the track goes on, I only automated the A, B, C, and the CBA to -4. And then right here, I stop automating them. And that's for a different reason. And now for the magic. Let's go down here. This is the MVSEP Cliff Burton generated bass stem. And as you can see, it ends at 752. So for the rest of the song from this point out, all you hear is guitar and drums. They faded Cliff out early. I don't know why, but they did. And right here is the Cliff bass track that I split and automated. And here's those 3 bass fills. There's the first one. And the second one. And here's the third one. And then right there, that line is the gong ending. That's where the bass track actually ends on the open E. This right here was taken. It's an excerpt from earlier on when Cliff was still playing, right in here somewhere. It's the second time through when he goes for the F. And automating the ending was very difficult, especially with those 3 fills, because I would mix it on my monitors and it would sound great, and then I would play it in the car and I couldn't hear them. And then I would get it on my Bluetooth speaker, which has neodymium bass drivers, and they would be too loud. So between those 3 forms of listening to it, I came up with a system that was the best of all 3 worlds, and finally figured out how to end this song. With Cliff playing. And at the same volume as the guitar and drums. I still can't believe Orion's done. Anyway, Damage Incorporated will be coming soon. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is the Metallica Re-Remastered series. Stay tuned for more. Dun dun dun. Done, damn it.